Hey everyone, One Big Boss here, and we're talking Street Fighter V today. More specifically, characters we want to see in Street Fighter V. Now, pretty much we all know what makes a fighting game, and it's great, amazing characters. There's no doubt about it, and that's what we like to see in these kind of games. Now, there's a lot of people who want this character and that character. Some people want these characters to be taken out, so I thought I'd put in my 2 cents on which characters I would like to see for Street Fighter V for the PC and the PS4. This is going to be, like I said, it's not exactly probably going to happen, but, you know, it depends on what Capcom does with the development and everything, but I hope this time we do see a lot more characters than we had before. The first character I wouldn't mind seeing return is Eagle, and if you're not a hardcore fighting game fan, you may not remember him, but Eagle was a stick fighter who appeared in the original Street Fighter game, the arcade one, but was a playable character in Capcom vs. SNK 2. He later appeared in the GBA and the PSP versions of Street Fighter Alpha 3, which is a damn good Street Fighter game, which a lot of people thought Street Fighter V was going to be Street Fighter Alpha 4. You know, I liked his overall design and everything that came about him. You know, I think he was pretty good as being a fighter. He was not that bad of a character. I enjoyed using him for the most part. I also think that his weapons gave him a different look. Much like a lot of the other characters who have weapons, they kind of stand out from others, you know, such as Vega with his claw hand, and Sudan with his size, Rolento with his staff, you know, that kind of stuff. And even for like a top 10 character list at Heavy.com, Eagle was put at number 8 as a character people really wanted to see in Ultra Street Fighter 4. Obviously that didn't happen, but, you know, that's why we have Street Fighter V. He could appear in it. It could be like a popularity thing. I don't know if they might do what, you know, Smash Brothers did. They take some characters out due to lack of popularity, that kind of stuff. I guess, you know, again, it all depends on what we're going to see. Next on the list is a character that I really love from Street Fighter Third Strike. He was actually one of my personal favorites from Third Strike, and it is Q. Despite the fact that I suck at Street Fighter Third Strike, I really liked using him in this game. The mysterious trench coat, iron mask wearing fighter hits like a tank and moves like one too. But like I said, I had a blast playing as him. He hasn't really appeared in any other Street Fighter games since, you know, which is a shame because he's a pretty cool character. His backstory, which nobody knows of, all they know is like the CIA is like tracking him down and stuff. And you know, I think he would be a great asset to a game. Just the way this game looks like it's going to flow, I really think Q would benefit from being in this game. And also, much like with Eagle, Q had made the top 10 list for Heavy.com's most wanted characters for Ultra Street Fighter 4, and he came in at number 3. Again, it didn't happen because you all know who we got instead, but, you know, in the future, we just may get him. Like I said, I really hope we do anyway. Number 3 on this list is, it's not actually a character that I know much about or played much of as during the Alpha series, but this is more from my buddy Alex, who loves the character, and that would be Karin. She was introduced in Street Fighter Alpha 3, and I believe she was the rival of Sakura, and, you know, I faced my buddy many times when he's used her, and she seems like a really good character, and another one that is kind of like fallen off the map, but really should be in things. I think she was in, like, Capcom Fighting Gym, or something like that, like one of those ones, anyway. Either way, like, I think that's another character that they should look at, because we're not obviously gonna get Street Fighter Alpha 4 anytime soon, which is sad because the Alpha series is a really good series. But I really do think that some more Alpha characters in this franchise wouldn't hurt, and I mean, it all depends on how, where, and when this game is going to take place anyway. Like I said, Karin I think would be a good one. I liked how she, well, like how she looked when she fought and everything. You know, it seemed like a really badass character. My buddy Alex just loves the hell out of the character, so, you know, hopefully that we do end up getting her at one point for Street Fighter V, and if we don't, maybe some DLC. You just never know. Now, this is a character that technically hasn't been a playable character in a Street Fighter game at all, but he's been mentioned and shown, I believe, the ending of Third Strike, and it's actually Mel, Ken's son. I think that would kind of be cool to see something like that. You know, like a mini Ken Masters. Don't have him fight exactly like Ken, even though he's probably been trained by him. You know, like maybe switch up some of his movesets a little bit. Maybe some things he can do better than his dad, or some things he's not as good as. You know, kind of like how Sean had his own style from the Third Strike series. Give that to Mel, because I think that would be kind of cool too. Again, we don't know exactly how far or what the timeline for Street Fighter V is going to be, unfortunately. And as you saw at the end of Street Fighter 4, his son was born then, and then Street Fighter Third Strike takes place a couple years later, and Mel seems to be a kid who, like, I think he looks about like 8-9 years old, maybe. you know, so maybe they aged a little bit. And again, the game is still in development, so anything we've seen so far, they could change anyway. So, but again, I think having Mel in the game would be kind of like a cool little thing. I know a lot of people probably won't want another like Ryu and Ken type character in, because who knows how many of those will be in Street Fighter V. You know, we'll have Ryu and Ken themselves, and we'll have you know, we'll have Akuma in there most likely, and you know, Gouken. I mean, he's sort of like a Ryu and Ken kind of character too. But again, Mel would be a personal choice for me, just to see something kind of funny like that, but also, you know, fight like his dad kind of stuff, because we got to move into the kid character too and everything. I mean, Tekken kind of did the same thing. This is another character that might not be taken too seriously and stuff, but a character that I would like to see in the future. Now, I'm not a grapple type character, you know, like Zangief and Hakan and them kind of guys, but I do really like Hagar for this. I mean, when Super Street Fighter 4 was coming out, you know, we heard that, you know, we saw that Cody and Guy were getting added. We all thought that Hagar was going to get added. It was later actually put on Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Now again, Hagar and Zangief, they use the lariat. They're both big guys, wrestling type guys, you know, and everything. So I think having him in there would be good, because you know, you could throw in the pipe and everything, and you know, how he attacks and stuff. He plays a little bit like Zangief, but also pretty different as well. Again, I'm not really much of the whole rotating the circle pads and all that stuff, you know, the grappling characters. I'm not really into them, but I think it would be kind of cool, because we have Poison, Rolento, Guy, and Cody as well in these games, so why not throw Hagar in and just get everybody pretty much into the damn game from Final Fight, because both the universes, they exist in the same universe. So again, I think it would be cool to see Hagar. I remember during the Street Fighter Cross Tekken trailer, King suplexed Hagar in the ring, so I thought Hagar was going to be a playable character, but unfortunately he was not. He was put in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so who knows? Maybe we'll see something, maybe we won't, but again, that's another character I think would be kind of cool to see in this game. Another kind of lesser known Street Fighter character, because she's from the Final Fight universe, is Maki Genryu Sai. She was in Final Fight 2, and at one point she was put in Capcom vs. SNK 2 Mark of the Millennium, and you know, I didn't really use her that much, but I think that's, you know, adding some more Final Fight characters to the mix might be good if people really want the character. I know she was also in the what was the alpha version of Street Fighter Alpha 3 for the PlayStation Portable. She was ported to that one too. So again, yeah, another character that's pretty far out there, hasn't been in that many fighting games, but might benefit from being in this game. You know, again, we won't know until we actually see the final games, but yeah, pretty much going on a trend of a Final Fight thing here. But another character that I would like to see from the Final Fight series and the Street Fighter series as well is Sodam. I think, you know, having him in the game would be kind of cool, because given his overall design and his look, I think he would look great in the upcoming Street Fighter V game. You know, with all that crazy armor he has, the size, and that big-ass fucking truck that he drives, you know, that shit's pretty cool as well. I didn't really use him much in the Alpha series, but you know, some people out there obviously must have, and they must have liked it, so, you know, maybe he's another character we will see in the future. Again, I know I'm throwing in, like, a lot of Final Fight characters and, you know, Alpha characters and stuff, but, you know, it's what we get to go on right now. The next character on this list is not a character that I've actually used myself. It actually is the character Armika, who's one of my buddy Alex's favorite characters to use from Street Fighter Alpha 3, which is her only available well, that's the only time she's ever been available to be a playable character, which is quite terrible, because I'm pretty sure she's a good character, and as you can tell from the video playing, she is pretty good, and of course from my buddy's reaction you can hear it right now of what he exactly thinks of Armika.
Hey, that lethal ass, man!
Why
it takes a lot of hard work to be.
What's up? Why is he hitting him?
Because Armika is the best character.
Even though she never came back.
Okay.
She was in what else?
Get out! Get out of your house!
Alright everybody, that about does it. You know, we've had a lot of characters added to the roster since, you know, like when Street Fighter 4 came out, we got tons of new characters like Rufus, Seth, Crimson Viper, Abel, you know, we got them. We also got a lot of characters. Cody and Guy were added for Super Street Fighter 4. You know, Arcade Edition had Oni and, you know, all the other characters, and then we had Ultra Street Fighter, which gave us, you know, Poison, Rolento, Elena, Hugo. You know, there was a lot added to that game as well. So, I mean, I would also say I would really want Charlie for the game, but as we saw from the ending of that teaser from Street Fighter V, Charlie is back. Obviously with that green glowing gem on his forehead, which, you know, I'm not too sure what that's about. I mean, he's probably, like, still controlled by Shadowloo or something like that. But regardless, we got Charlie back, and he's a character that I wanted back in the Street Fighter 4 series for a long time, and now we're getting him in Street Fighter 5, so that makes me incredibly happy. But as always, everybody, what are your thoughts on which characters do you want to see in? Maybe I'll do a video for who we think should be taken out. Either way, let me know down below in the comments. Please thumbs up the video, subscribe, all that good stuff, because it's free. In this day and age, free's a damn good thing. So, as always, everybody, thank you for watching. I'm One Big Boss, and I will see you all next time.